Hello and welcome to another tutorial video here from Zenatta Consulting. My name is Tyler Koltz, and this video is actually an excerpt from our full product tutorial on Zoho Cliq that we recorded in November of 2022. So in this section, we're talking through channels and conversations in Cliq, kind of the differences between those and when you want to use them specifically. We do hope that you find this video useful. And if you do, please be sure to like and subscribe down below, as that really helps us out. And as well, please be sure to leave any feedback and questions in the comment section, as we do try to read and respond to each and every one of those on our weekly podcast, the CRM Zen Show. Thank you and enjoy. So this is an important one to kind of get right from the beginning so that you can keep your Cliq environment as clean and easy to work with as possible. So essentially when you're chatting with one person, right, it's just a conversation, right? It's a one-on-one between, two people where they're going to talk over an infinite amount of time about a wide variety of topics. But what happens when there's more than one person involved in a certain conversation? Right. So we'll see in here, there's kind of two ways to accomplish what seems like the same thing. You can either start a group conversation or you can create a channel. And so I'll show you how to create each of these. But what I want to highlight first is kind of the difference between the two. So a group conversation is really just if the reason for that grouping is the specific people that are needed to have an ongoing chain of communication, right? Whereas something like a channel, you're more likely to use for a specific topic, maybe a specific event that's coming up. So with a channel, there's generally more specificity afforded for the topic and sometimes like the date period that you're having those conversations. All right. So a good example is Brett and I, and our VP of operations, Josh, we have a group conversation between the three of us because the three of us need to talk about things in a wide variety of topics all the time with the three of us there. But we're also a part of many, many channels that include us as well as other people for certain topics, right? Billing notifications, desk notifications, and things like that. So you want to be very particular as to what type of group conversation you're making, whether it's either just a kind of a standard conversation or if you need to create it as a channel. To do either one, I'll make a group conversation first. You can go ahead and just grab certain users. It's going to give it an automatic name here. In this case, we really just have, I guess, the three of us. We have my Zenatta account here. Oh, I named that incorrectly. As well as a conversation for Mr. Ben Otta. So if I had both of them, let's make this here so it looks nice and clean. Then we've got our group conversation. And so here again, this shouldn't be specific for any topic, right? Maybe we're three people that work together a lot on similar projects and we just need kind of an open source space to be able to share any information or thoughts that we may have. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a channel. And we'll see that there's a lot more settings, right? And that's kind of intentional because really a conversation should only matter who's a part of it. Whereas a channel, we need to make decisions like, should everybody just be able to open this up and join it? Should it be based on certain teams that are able to join this? Does it need to be very specific and say that only individuals that are specifically invited can join this team? Or does it need to be external, which is something that we could cover in its whole own video, where you want to have people outside of your organization that are a part of this? So I'll start with an organization channel. So they give a couple examples. I'll steal this one for this. So maybe you wanted something like an IT support channel for people to be able to drop certain information. And here we can choose which participants we want to have enabled for this particular channel. Oops, I'm going to click that. Now notice the difference if I jump over to team, things get a little bit more specific, right? So now if I go over to a team channel, outside of just being able to add participants, I can now also add people based on those teams that were set up under our settings, right? So maybe if we've got something like a sales notification channel, Maybe we want marketing to know so that they can know about new deals that are coming in, right? They can check and maybe look into some of the sourcing information and, figure out what worked to close those deals. We'll also notice that if everybody is already contained in a certain team, you're not able to add them as an individual participant, right? So while the marketing department is in there, we're not able to add people that are already in that department and that group as additional participants. Here, it's always good to add a channel description. So this channel will include automated notifications from CRM closed won deals. Right, just so that it's always there, people kind of know what this channel is about. Maybe you have a new employee who's poking around. It'll be easy for them to know the purpose of this channel. Under this advanced configuration, which I accidentally clicked earlier, we can see if we want to set up anything like our threads. Do we want to have threads inside of this channel or normal replies? Do we want notifications when people are added or removed? Are you able to kind of just create a new chat on the fly as part of a meeting? And then some specific functionality for admins, moderators, and members, right? So we can kind of turn on and off certain functionality based on the role of whichever user is a part of this channel. So I'll go ahead and create this now, right? And we'll see that we've got our channel name automatically defined, and we have some of those initial people actually added into the channel for them to be able to use it. So again, just to kind of sum that up, we don't need to go down the rabbit hole too far, but group conversations are just for when you have individual people and they need to be able to communicate over an indefinite period of time about a wide variety of topics. Whereas channels, you want to make them more specific and either have them centered around a certain topic or even a topic within a certain date period. So that you're able to keep things super clean and organized here inside of Cliq. And now, while we're on this topic, just a last little thing here, because it is very, very helpful. Go ahead and send a test message so this will show up. Over here on the right-hand side, we can actually pin these different channels into groupings that make more sense, right? So we don't want everything over here to just be kind of like sitting in a list of pins. Under this little kind of 3 dots, we can actually add a folder for these. And I actually didn't know about this for a long time until we hired a gentleman named Cody who showed me this. So let's say I want to make one for automated notifications. Actually make a folder here. And within my pins, I can drag and drop them into specific sections to keep things clean. This is one that is supremely helpful if you use Cliq a lot. So one that I just wanted to highlight here is that as you're creating all these different groupings and channels, be sure to be ahead of it and just be pinning and organizing things as you go. And you will be much happier down the line when you are in folder nirvana here over on the left-hand side of Cliq.